Man, there is a ton of different NBA news or things that we have to talk about this week, but the most important news that we need to talk about right away is the fact that I am remaining consistent with this new show. Yes, everybody, after I dropped the first episode, you guys were down there saying, oh, I give it a week before King Charge stops uploading this. Well, guess what? I'm still here. Now, I will say there's a little bit of an adjustment for this week's episode. I am currently filming this on the day of Saturday instead of at the end after all the games happen. So this is like almost a weekly recap, except I am missing everything that happened on Saturday night. So if there was some crazy performance or somebody got ejected or someone, streaked the arena, I don't know. I have no clue right now. That doesn't mean that there's nothing happening because like I said in the intro of this video, there is so much happening in the NBA. And let's just hop right into it. Starting with Sunday, the biggest news by far was that Kawhi Leonard was making his return to the Clippers. This was a very huge moment because the Clippers have been sliding. They have been going down in the rankings. James Harden is doing everything he can to stop it from happening because, as I'm sure most of you guys know, the Clippers' first-round pick goes directly to the OKC Thunder. Something that would actually ruin the NBA if the Clippers ended up getting like a top 3 pick and it had to go to OKC. Absolutely horrible. So when Kawhi Leonard comes back, we're all excited. We think maybe there's a chance, okay, sweet, they're back. They lost by 15 to the Cavaliers, and this team continues to fucking suck ass. In other news, the Toronto Raptors beat the Nets, which is no surprise at this point. The Toronto Raptors have been an amazing team, continuing their winning ways. Knippel played great in their loss against the Hawks, putting up 28 points and 6 rebounds while making 7 threes. The more and more I watch Knippel and the Charlotte Hornets play basketball, the more I think this man is going to win Rookie of the Year over guys like VJ Edgecombe, Cooper Flagg, and all these other guys that I thought had a better chance of getting it. I will say Dylan Harper has been injured. So that's all I'm going to say, okay? I do want to say as well, since the Hornets played the Hawks in that game, and the Hawks winning, they continue to do so without Trae Young on the floor. Jalen Johnson still plays great, no surprise there. But I do feel like with every single win that the Atlanta Hawks get without Trae Young on the court, it just keeps on, getting closer and closer to that possible Trae Young trade that we are all kind of anticipating at this point. Moving on to Monday, we got some more news about Steph Curry and his whole situation with Under Armour and the whole, shoe thing. Apparently, he was very frustrated that Under Armour couldn't land Caitlin Clark, which makes me think that Steph Curry is going to go to Nike. I think it is obvious at this point Nike runs the league and Steph Curry is going to join them. Remember that whole Chauncey Billups, illegal mafia poker game thing? Well, we did get some more news on that. Chauncey Billups pleads not guilty, but the government says they have 1 terabyte of evidence against him. There was also a small stream clip from Jaylen Brown where he talked about, at some point in time, he was thinking about leaving the Celtics, but Tracy McGrady convinced him to stay, mainly because he was still in a winning situation. So Tracy was like, why the fuck would you leave Boston? In last week's episode, I chose 2 guys to be my players of the week, one in the Eastern Conference and one in the Western Conference. I chose Nikola Vucevic for the East and Nikola Jokic out West. The NBA released their players of the week, which were boring as fuck. Nobody cares. SGA, Donovan Mitchell, we've heard it before. King Charge clears. Trey Johnson re-injured a previous injury that he had before and is expected to be out for a couple of weeks, so hopefully he feels better soon. The Wizards, they don't really need him. I mean, they're still gonna lose. The happy news though is that Tyler Hero returned on Monday and put up 24 points on 12 for 18 shooting. Also grabbed himself 7 rebounds. He has been playing great since his return from injury. It is amazing to see. I know he was very excited to come back and prove a lot of people wrong. But you know what? Can we talk about Brandon Ingram scoring 37 points and pushing the Raptors for their 8th win in a row? BI says that he is finally happy to be on a team where everybody loves basketball. I know that this isn't a direct shot towards anybody on the Pelicans or like Zion Williamson, but it is a little hard to not just think about Zion when he says something like that. Tuesday comes around and guess what? The Washington Wizards break their losing streak. I don't even remember how many games they lost in a row. It was like 12 or 14 or some crazy shit. But you know what? Having a 45-point first quarter and a major performance from CJ McCollum, who had 46 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds, alongside an Alex Sarr 27-point double-double, and both of them shooting damn near or above 70% from the field. There was no stopping the Washington Wizards. I don't care if they went up against the OKC Thunder. The Orlando Magic also had a pretty surprising game, not because they beat the Philadelphia 76ers, but mainly because Anthony Black had himself a career night, dropping 31 points on 12 for 17 shooting. There was also a couple, funny little fake fights that broke out, like Andre Drummond putting his fists up, and Wendell Carter Jr. just was like, bro, you're not gonna do shit. The Lakers beat the Clippers, which is no surprise here, but Luka does continue to dominate as well. 41 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds. Austin Reeves is also playing great. LeBron James is also playing great. This Lakers team, I fucking hate that I'm saying this, but god damn, they look good. They have a big three, and for the first time ever, LeBron in that big three is number 3. I'd say it goes Luka, Austin Reeves, then LeBron. It is absolutely insane to see. But then again, it's leading to winning. So LeBron has no problem taking a seat back, playing more of a playmaker role. As long as he gets his 10 points to keep that streak up, I'm sure he's okay. Wednesday. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, okay? This is where the notes I take throughout the week, or what I kind of want to talk about in these videos, this is where it gets a little fuzzy, mainly because I did end up going to the Sacramento Kings game on Wednesday night, so I wasn't really able to keep my finger on the pulse of every other game happening that day. And then after Wednesday you had Thanksgiving, and then Friday I had more family stuff, and today I have more family stuff, which is why I'm making this early. I've been a busy guy, okay? So bear with me if I miss like your favorite team or your favorite player's performance or something. That is completely my bad. You can let me know in the comments. I want you to rip me a new one in the comments and tell me that I suck ass. But still, make sure that you like the video and subscribe, because it does help out the channel a ton, okay? Anyways, Wednesday, since I went to the Kings game, I gotta talk about it. King Charge got his jersey signed by Keon Ellis. I know, this is by far the craziest news that we have seen all week. This was actually a really cool moment. Shout out to Keon Ellis for doing something like this for me. It really is awesome to see. This was like the second time I got to meet the guy. He is actually the nicest person ever. So shout out to Keon, but that's not the only thing that happened in this Sacramento Kings game, because as I'm sure all of you guys saw, this fan got ejected from the arena because he was calling out Zach LaVine's lack of effort and defense. This did stir up quite a conversation online, because a lot of people were very split on like, hey, the fans should be able to call out a player's, play. It's one thing if this guy is sitting here talking shit, talking about personal things towards Zach LaVine, but he wasn't. He was just saying, dude, you're leaving your man open and he's able to hit threes 5 and 6 times in a row. You got to do something. Like, that's all the guy's saying. And then Zach LaVine responds by saying, I can't actually say it myself. I'll let him just say what he said.
And Zach LaVine looks at me and says, then go home, nigga.
Yeah, so for Zach LaVine to say that in return and exchange, it was kind of, it was a known security thing where they had to get him out of the building. So obviously a very split, situation here. I, for one, think the fan has every right to say how they feel about his performance. And I will say, I think Zach LaVine is okay to respond. I don't think what he said was like so crazy. It was just kind of like shit talking back. But I will say the fan did nothing wrong. The fan should not have been ejected from the game, but I understand you don't want to escalate things, whatever. Anyway, Steph Curry did bump his knee a couple of times and left the game injured. Thankfully, he avoided any major injuries and is expected to be back sometime soon. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, those are the only notes that I have on Wednesday, even though there was like every game in the world that happened that day. Was this the one where Brandon Ingram hit a game winner, I believe? Zach Edey had himself a good night. That's pretty cool. De'Aaron Fox played great without Victor Wembanyama. He is a guy that I really want to talk about as well. Cade Cunningham dropped 42 points in a loss against the Celtics. If I'm not mistaken, that's the game where the Celtics broke the Pistons winning streak. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm letting y'all down this week. I know, but that is all the Wednesday recap that I have. Moving on to Thursday. Obviously, this one is Thanksgiving. No games going on. Everyone's hanging out with their family, having a good time. I will say I caused a bit of controversy because I said that cranberry sauce is fucking horrible. Along with that weird sweet potato marshmallow dish that everybody has, I think it's fucking horrendous. But just because there was no games, that doesn't mean that there was no NBA news. Tyrese Maxey was participating at the dog show this year. Very funny clips coming from this. It was honestly a great time. I think NBA players need to do this way more. And then Nico Harrison for some fucking reason is still in Dallas. You would think that after he got fired, he would leave that place immediately and just go live in LA where everybody loves him. This dude tries going to a bar in Dallas on Thanksgiving, and to no one's surprise, started to get shit talked and booed, and he eventually had to leave the bar. No real surprise there. So moving on to Friday. Yes, everybody, like I mentioned, this will be the last day of, the week that we have here. And the day started off with J-Dub announcing his return. This was going to be his first game back from an injury since, winning a championship. And in that first game back, he shot 3 for 12, putting up 11 points. He did do solid playmaking wise, but obviously you're not going to look at this and be like, oh my God, J-Dub is washed. It's like, come on, he's returning from injury. If anything, that's actually a good game for how long he was out for and the injury that he had. So it is only a matter of time before the OKC Thunder continue to get even fucking better by adding a solid, healthy J-Dub back into their lineup. A little bit of random news here, but the Clippers installed a snow machine in their lobby to give off a Christmas vibe for December. They are doing anything but winning games, but hey, I fuck with it. I think it's cool. I would love to see it in person. The Cavaliers lost to Atlanta. This was a very tough one here. The Cavs have not been looking like, how they were last season. There have been some whispers about what needs to be done. Does it need to be a trade that happens? Because this team is just not what they were last year. And if they're getting eliminated in the second round last season and they aren't looking as good this year, it might be even worse. Things are not looking good over in Cleveland. But in Philadelphia, I just got to say it right now, man, Jared McCain had his best game since his rookie year. Obviously, this man has also been dealing with tons of injuries, one of those being his rookie season that got cut short, and then he wasn't even able to start this season because he started dealing with another injury. He has been back for a little bit now, but he is obviously getting adjusted to the game and trying to, catch up. But on Friday night, Mike Goat put up 20 points on 7 for 16 shooting from the field. We all love to see it, man. Anytime Jared McCain has himself a good game, I am there. The Phoenix Suns didn't beat the OKC Thunder, but they have proven to everyone that they are just a fun team. They play with some of the most effort I have seen out of the entire league, and they did almost win this game. It's not like they got blown out and I'm trying to give them a, participation trophy. They almost won. They played fucking great. Unlike the Clippers. Like I mentioned, it's not just the snow machine that's new here, but Kawhi did come back and they continue to lose. The Clippers are 2-12 on their last 14 games. The OKC Thunder are going to get a top 5 pick. This is fucking disgusting. The Milwaukee Bucks also continue to lose. Giannis kind of spoke out about it a little bit, saying, hey, I don't like losing. I don't think any trades or anything crazy is going to happen yet. It just seems like they're kind of in a slump. This Bucks team is good. I don't think they're going to be this bad forever. Ryan Rollins is playing amazing. He is by far my most improved player. I want to make another video talking about that. But I do have to talk about the news here, and the news is that the Bucks have been losing. I will say the Sacramento Kings are also losing, but Keegan Murray is taking a leap right now, right in front of our eyes. DeMar DeRozan said it is Keegan Murray's team. He just continues to play amazing, not only on offense and scoring wise, but he is also like the team's best defender, or one of the best defenders alongside Keon Ellis. I will say, man, if there's one small little bright spot in this dog shit Sacramento Kings team, it is Keegan Murray, of course. I just can't wait for Scott Perry and the Kings to actually blow up the roster, get rid of all these vets and garbage players, and just let Keegan Murray, Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, shit, maybe even Keon Ellis go out there and just play their hearts out. It would be way more fun to watch, and we'd still get a good pick. And finally, my last bit of news. This actually might be the most shocking news that I have talked about today. Isaiah Hartenstein is 6th on the Basketball Reference MVP tracker. I don't even know. That's all I have to say. I don't know what else to say about that. And that is the week recap for you guys, but that's not all. We do have to go over my players of the week. Obviously, I have some missed games here. Like I mentioned, I don't have any Saturday games, so sorry if I miss a crazy performance. And there were also no games on Thursday, so this is kind of a Mickey Mouse award for those who win it, but it doesn't matter. They still deserve it. The Eastern Conference is going to Cade Cunningham. The Detroit Pistons continue to win. Cade is leading the way and putting up crazy numbers while doing so. So yes, I have an actual real answer now. It's not going to be Vucevic anymore. Out west, you have Luka Doncic. Kind of the same scenario where the Lakers are just rolling through the league. And Luka Doncic is not only staying healthy, but also putting up fucking absurd numbers and is, second or third in the actual MVP race. So those two guys are the King Charge players of of the week. And now for a fun little twist to this week's video, I am going to make a quick little NBA Cup prediction because Friday was the last slate of NBA Cup games before the quarterfinals. This is what we have right here. This is the bracket, is the word I was looking for. I am going to take the Phoenix Suns over the OKC Thunder just because why not? I think it'd be fun. I will then have the Lakers over San Antonio. Phoenix Suns will beat the Lakers going to the finals. Out east, I am taking the Orlando Magic over the Miami Heat, the Toronto Raptors over the Knicks, the Raptors over the Magic, which then brings us to our final, which is Phoenix versus Toronto. The two underdogs, the feisty teams that have broken out this season and proven everybody wrong. The winner is the Toronto Raptors. Congratulations. Everybody on that team is getting $500,000. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. Once again, I apologize, about all the missed stuff that may have happened or not being able to get Saturday. I just want to make sure y'all know I am still making these videos. I am still going to be pumping them out. It just might be a little hectic around the holidays and things like that. Okay, that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Maybe it's things I missed, maybe it's my opinion on things, maybe you disagree with me. Let me know anything down there. I read and respond to everybody. While you're down there, if you want to hit the like and subscribe button, that does help out the channel a ton. That being said, I will see you guys all in the next one. Later.